We are seeing a heavy disparity here in the rank going right into it. So our guy Dino is really going to have to pull out all the stops here if he's going to take it home.
Right,
getting
so
the point.
Dino goes first.
With those guns at the front.
Yeah, I think this is a very good situation for the mark composition where it starts, because it can just open up with the hook onto some priority target and then just follow it up with a lot of damage. Right, so the actual weakness here for him is the fact that he doesn't have the mark on the BH, which means he has to target.
Go through with 80% of this.
Yeah, it was quite unlikely, but I think he doesn't really care about this too much. I feel like he just doesn't care about this too much. He just wanted to get the mark off.
Out of stun range, right? And now that the enemy Crusader, Dino's Crusader, can really start leveraging that 2-to-1 stun ratio.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, because he has potentially he has 2 stuns available right now. The question is like, no, what are you doing? Oh no! Oh, you definitely have stunned the Hellion because she hasn't acted yet. You can stun the Crusader with your Abomination, or you
Hellion
can push her out.
A higher base stun, which means it is it's less likely that you would have hit her. But still, then the Crusader has a sword that increases your stun chance.
Oh no, she has 85% chance. So never mind. Actually, this wouldn't have mattered at all. I feel it just was.
That's an interesting cure there. That's a really interesting cure. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's very good for Dino if he wants to go for that stun right now again, but he doesn't, because he could have just re-stunned the Crusader again. I mean, what he can do right now though is he can just push the Crusader away.
He goes for that slam on the Hellion. He's only got 45% movement resist on the Hellion, so it's likely to hit. No breakthrough. Yeah.
Oh no, are you kidding me? I didn't notice this. He only has the bleed out. If it bleeds, that's the only active ability he can use right now.
What can the Jester do here? The only offensive thing a Jester can do is Dirk Stab. That pushes the Hellion back even further.
Yes, indeed. But this BH resisted the bleed as well. That's crazy good for him. So 27 crit comes through. And the important thing is that Dino goes first. So you can actually get those caltrops, right? I think he has the caltrops, or at least the hook, and finish off the Hellion right away.
I mean, he could even go for a come hither on her. He could even go for
that's what I was thinking. If he has the caltrops, obviously more efficient because he also damage all the other characters. So the question is like, does he actually go for it right now? Does he have he has the caltrops? Yeah.
He is kind of admitting this is a 1-for-1 trade here though.
Yeah.
What else did he do? He might be able to heal him out and then push for a bit slower.
I mean, it's not a 1-for-1 if he gets the kill. And then, like, it's not that likely that his... wait, does the enemy Jester have... Oh, he's playing the Sage.
Defensive heal here.
Yeah, so he's playing...
a lot of Spartan's damage is minimized because the Hellion is in the back.
Yeah. So it's not going to be that easy to access that Hellion right now. I mean, admittedly, she has no tools available to her right now. She just has to heal herself and just sit in the back until until actually Spartan decides to move her, right? That's not that good of a position, really. But
he's not too worried about her dying in the back, though. We just saw that adrenaline rush there. But this does set Dino Boy up here for maybe he could come hither her. That could get her down. Come hither might hit that 4 damage. 4 damage isn't a lot, and you can get that in with almost any kind of tick or AoE damage apart from Caltrops. Caltrops here, even if it crits, you're going to be lucky to seeing a 4. That's a high roll and a crit.
I mean, the good thing is also he has so much movement control right now, because this Jester, like every single hook he lands right now, probably on the Hellion, he was probably waiting for this to happen. So he can either push out the Jester right now, or he can just hook the Hellion forward and just get her to the front, right? Just that's another very viable option. He gets the push, I think, because that's quite likely to work, indeed.
Reasonably lucky with that 40 dodge on the Jester as well, though.
It is that's the biggest weakness of this composition that the Dino is running right now. The amount of dodge, the higher the dodge, the less effective it is, and it just is very big. Like the difference is quite huge. So if you have a lot of dodge on the enemy team, this composition doesn't work that well because it's just pure RNG. Then you have very little you can use.
I mean, this is a rough choice here. Do you heal or do you clear?
I would heal this.
Like that Jester can Dirk Stab, but if he does that, the Hellion is pushed out of position even further. So, you know, would you take that? It might even be worth taking that 1 in 4, that 25 in death blow, 35 with the
35 indeed. He has the finisher, and it was a 50-50. You don't want to be doing this. I'm actually surprised he uses the ballad right now. He could have definitely threatened this BH even more.
I think it was just so Hellion can attack in third.
Yeah. But that's quite reasonable then. I'm surprised there is no break from the Hellion. Like, she's super easy to move, and this means that if you don't take the breakthrough, you're always just, you know, in a position that Spartan is in right now.
Wow, we're going to see a rage here on the Arbalest, changing target. That bleed's going to pop it. Well, not quite. No, that's 2 to 4.
Yeah, that's a lot
Maybe
of damage.
If he throws a bowler and then a Holy Lance, he could have a good chance of a kill.
Yeah. Also, what Robjon has pointed out to is the fact that, you know, Icon can still clear that stun if he wants to, because the BH is still out there, right? So he can always just remove the stun if he really is willing to do so. So that heal was definitely like a better choice in on the previous turn, right? Because he had nobody on Death's Door on the side of Spartan, so he could have just done whatever he wanted here. Oh my god.
You've got to wonder if Dino Boy is playing a little bit too defensively today.
Yeah.
We have seen, I think, 3 heals in a row from the Arbalest and the Crusader. Obviously, the Hellion does have high base stun, but she's back in position too now.
And that crit, I mean, this didn't matter. Like, this was gonna go to 0 HP no matter what. So
yeah,
that's kind of irrelevant.
The stress might start paying dividends if we get into a turn 11. We have quite tanky comps here.
I mean, this BH is kind of safe right now. Admittedly, he's gonna be fine here. So you can just heal him and then okay. I
don't think we will. Yeah, we go for it.
I don't think the Jester has enough damage with this setup to actually take him to 0 reliably anyway. The odds of, you know, the BH landing at 0 HP right now are very, very low. So let's see what... Okay, never mind. I was wrong.
Dino Boy, his initial movement, getting the Hellion back to the 4th and putting him in that really awkward Hellion Jester Dirk stab position, has been completely negated now.
Yep,
so, and he's also on the defensive here with the healing, so he can't really get a free turn in there with the come hither or something. Even a stun to kind of just give a little bit more control.
You really need to be healing this BH all the time, because otherwise the Dirk stab comes through and the BH is just dead. Unless you just decide to sacrifice him for some reason, I feel like this is just too much to give up. Oh, that's a sacrifice.
That's odd. That's just I don't think that's a good sacrifice either. That's just a
That's too early, right? You could have just kept the thread going for yourself. But he did do this, so he's in trouble right now, I feel.
I think was he going to dodge it? Probably.
Oh, dead. And still, the Jester has the finale available, right? And he has no way of he has no backline access right now, other than the Arbalest. And that's just not pretty. I think it's just not pretty for the Dino right now.
Lacking that come hither now has also really. I mean, if we think about it like this, the Bounty Hunter being on Death's Door has really pushed Dino to play a lot more defensively. Indeed. Now that he's dead, maybe there's just kind of a gear switch in his brain. But we're seeing this stun in the Crusader here. This is what... I mean, on the face of it, Sandstorm really is the kind of control build here. He should have been trying to move, get that come hither, go for a clean kill, assisted by the Crusader's stun. And right now, we're seeing a Spartan all on Death's Door, but... Can Dino really capitalize on it, get a few kills? I'm not entirely sure.
That's a real question. So I think this all comes down to not having the mark available on the BH. Because if you have the mark, then you can actually, you know, just mark the jet step.
Imagine if he caltrops tier instead.
Yeah, he actually got here because of the bleed, so that's... I think this might be beside the point, right? Because the bleed from caltrops actually got him to this position, so this might not be like that as clear cut. So he made this kind of decision to sacrifice that BH, which I think backfires now.
Yeah.
Because
I would like to see the Crusader go for a stun here on the other Crusader. We need to try and start getting this controlling, I think.
Or he just goes
for
the Jester.
It might have been a better idea to go for a kill, but still, both of those can't heal themselves before your Arbalest can shoot one of them.
That's true. So it's
kind of... What would you do here, Mike? Which one of these are you taking out with your shooty girl?
I would go for the Arbalest because Arbalest is just way more valuable, and this Hellion takes a while to get to to a preferable position as well. So I'd be definitely saving the Arbalest here if I could, but if I was Spartan, and at the same time, I'd be definitely focusing the Arbalest. But this is not on the cards anymore, so he just has to try to kill the Hellion right now. Though, admittedly, the Hellion doesn't quite have that much.
The Arbalest, there was the choice here to go with the.
Oh, that's a kill though. That kind of brings us back into even playing field. And
I think Dino does have the advantage. Oh, the finale. That finale.
Does he have enough damage?
So long.
160%. This could be a crit that kills someone. No, maybe no. Actually, like the A-bomb has very high HP. The Crusader is very healthy still. I think this is not within the realm of possibility for a kill. 15% protection as well.
Doesn't have any DOTs on his team either. Really, you want those DOTs or a heavy Arbalest hit to take him down into finale range. Spartan has been healing his Arbalest for the last few turns.
Can you imagine this Hellion having a breakthrough?
It would have been the difference between the first 3 turns kind of being movement heavy. This would have really given him the advantage.
Give her the breakthrough, give her the hemlock, put her in the last position even, I don't care. She's just going to obliterate everyone. And right now this Jester is in check. I feel like the...
in third as well, can't finale.
In check, 0 HP, probably he's gonna die very soon.
You have to go for the kill.
Yeah. It's really the question of whether this Jester can dodge something right now or not. Oh, okay, he doesn't die here at least. That's a little bit of comfort for Spartan. But the thing is, like, Dino has 2 possibilities of getting rid of this Jester right now. I mean, okay, 1 now. One of those is removed indeed. So the question is, because this Jester can and probably will finale the Abomination now. So, no, what are you doing? Yo, that's a bad move. I think.
No. What do you think?
Could have waited.
I would like for a stun in the Crusader, right? Because that way you either need to clear the stun.
That's a bad move.
That does nothing, right? What does that do? 4 damage.
He should have either stunned the Crusader or waited, picked the Abomination, and waited for that stun on the Jester, which is gonna come through right now. The Jester comes along forward, and you just stun the Jester. You have a lot of time again in this game, and then he just gave up all the control he had. Like neither did he stun the Jester, nor did he actually threaten the Crusader with a stun. So there is nothing right now. I mean, admittedly, he goes first right now. So the thing is, he could have actually stunned both of them even.
He could have easily got, I mean, that Zealous Accusation, it was not too dissimilar to just passing the turn there in terms of tempo and turn economy. Your opponent Crusader, he's kind of your Crusader's mano a mano. You want to always keep him in check. And you use your Abomination's mana cruise as the kind of off-stun.
55% hit chance. Okay, it goes through. Perfect. Holy shit.
You needed to see that here.
Yeah, it had to go through. So, I mean, he's still not out of the woods. Because the Jester is still, you can just cleanse that with the Jester still. You can cleanse the stun. With using the Arbalest, right? And now he has a stunned Crusader. That's because he didn't stun the Spartan's Crusader. Nor did he actually wait for the... for that to come through. Okay, he's in a lot of trouble
I think this was this wasn't completely out of it yet for Dino. If Dino picked his Crusader, what was
second,
he to do?
Yeah, he was supposed to pick the Crusader second and stun the Jester, or as you said, just stun the Crusader of Spartan. Either of those two would have worked. This just doesn't. He's dead now.
I mean, we're just look at this situation now. This is something that I'm having flashbacks to last night. You really watching Dino get finale'd is a sore spot for me now.
Yeah, but it was just bound to happen, right? It was just bound to happen based on how this game was
going. I don't think it
was
bound to happen right now, though. I think there were a few chances where he could have got a kill there.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
This was not a clear-cut game. This was a game for both people there, I think. I think Dino had a few chances to take it, but Spartan is the one here just to take it home.
I mean, Dino played an excellent open Elders, right? He had like very good moves at the start, so I'm just kind of sad he didn't get to capitalize on those moves in the end.
I think maybe he tried too hard to capitalize on those, and then what we saw is he went on the back foot, healing that bounty hunter very, very, very quickly. Yeah. Perhaps he could have tried to get some stuns down instead of healing.
Okay, another question is, I really didn't have a look at this, but based on the picks, based on the teams that Spartan has put forward, couldn't he have actually guessed that this was going to be like no pool composition, and then he could have just adjusted the trinkets a little bit, like this Arbalest could be doing way more damage or way more healing. So either the plate or the bolts could have actually come through for him, since he kind of knew what composition he was gonna be facing, right? I'm not really sure how much movement Spartan has.
I almost wouldn't have minded seeing. I think we have the movement trinket on Abomination. Something like the Retire. Are we seeing a surrender? Yeah, we are seeing a surrender.
That was justified. I think there's like Arbalest alone just doesn't do much. GG.
Now Spartan is unable to play that composition, and Dino Boy can choose whichever one he would like.
Yeah, you can stick to the same thing, mate, if you want to, right? So let me just have a look what compositions we have left here right now. So
good first game.
So we have the worst comp and filler comp left for Spartan. Hopefully, judging by those names, Dino can take a few wins.
So Spartan, your comp that you have just played, the bleed and bleed out, is eliminated right now, so you cannot use it. You can only use the composition 3 and 4 right now. So either the worst comp or filler comp ASDF to finish off the series. Whereas Dino has full choice. He can select comps 1 to 3 right now, can go back to what he had. That's also very much fine, I feel. So I'm just gonna revert the stream into this kind of I'm not going to show everybody what those guys are doing right now. Just wait for our people to adjust. And guys, let us know when you're ready. Okay, we'll go right into game number 2. Right? It's game number 2.
Game number 2.
It was a long game 1 though. It was a really long game 1.
Real tournament scrims.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm looking forward to seeing Dino's old faithful team here. You've got to love an occultist team, especially mixed with antiquarian for double stealth.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to seeing that. It could be a very, very difficult comp to hit.
I'd just like to say one thing, that the whole point of the bleed out comp was to use the Hellion skill bleed out, and I didn't get to use it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Kind of unfortunate, but you knew what you could have picked, right? So you kind of could have seen that pushback coming. It was kind of fortunate, right?
Yeah,
you had the snuff nonetheless. I think you need the breakthrough on the Hellion really to make her like even remotely effective.
Without a doubt.
So
yeah, but I kind of need the other 3 skills.
I mean, you can just
anyway, I'm ready.
Yeah, you can just ignore the snap, just take the breakthrough and try to play it. Okay, guys, so we're going into game number 2. Match point, by the way. This is match point.
He's bringing it home. Relying on Dino Boy's old faithful team here to get the victory for him, push him into 1-1, give him a little breathing room here. Who do you think's the favourite, Mike? Come on, I want your split. I'm putting it at
I want to see the comps first.
Spartan.
Before I call, I really want to see the compositions. Because that's hard to judge, I think.
Ah, look at this heavy movement team with the leper and the jester.
A lot of, I guess there's like damage over time, movement, a lot of stuff is actually happening for Spartan, whereas Dino is playing this very straightforward AoE stress comp that he might just get away with. This leper, I'm actually curious, the leper has the snuff, so...
I think you say very straightforward, but we do see the stealth on occultist, and I think this is anything but straightforward when you've got an occultist on the team. The occultist antiquarian, the kooky wife-husband duo. Yeah. I think we might see some very interesting plays here. If he guards the abomination, stealths the back too. Is he going to finale?
I don't know. I mean, I would really like to see the abomination just dropping that repose turn 1 as well, just to prevent those harvests from coming through. You know, to contain what Spartan has here. So maybe the bile is not a bad idea here, honestly. But at the time, this Shieldbreaker is positioned 2 right now, so until the second turn, like there's not gonna be that much AoE coming through at all.
I think we need to look at the dodge on Spartan's team as well. We've got a Shieldbreaker and a Jester, and they both have, I think, 40-55 dodge. That bile is unlikely to hit both.
That nervous stab, holy crap!
Nervous stab with the claw.
What is that shit? That's crazy.
On the leper as well, that's even odder, That's
madness. Like, that was a lot of stress, though. Yeah, I don't know what Dino's plan for this game is, actually. Does he just try to drop a lot of stress on this Jester? Oh, he might pull the Vestal, indeed. Because this kind of disables this the Shield Break at least a little bit, right? So she can never impale this way. She's never gonna be able to impale. So that's probably a good move, honestly. I'm a bit surprised. That's okay. I guess that's just the right move. So is he gonna buff revenge? Is he just gonna go for a purge? Purge it is indeed. And this sets the abomination in the first position right now, which means the Abom has to transform and probably try to do something with the leper here.
I think you definitely want to transform and knock that leper back.
Yeah.
Because you need more than one push to get that vessel into one now.
It's so unlikely, though.
Wait, so it's not that. Did he have, what trinkets does he have?
No, he has no trinkets for movement. So it's 1 in 10. That's just not gonna work. Oh, that's a big crit, though.
That's big.
That's a question.
He's distressful, though. He's distressful.
Yeah, that's so weird.
What's he gonna do? This is interesting.
Yeah, there's a stun coming through. I mean, if you put at least some threat on your opponent, even if you're a stress composition, you're still okay, right? This is still fine. I feel like.
Yeah, but I don't think Spartan is even worried about healing right now. I wouldn't be.
But this also puts the Jester into 4th. I don't think this is like the deathbed of a move or like this kind of situation for... I think Dino's playing a very smart game here again at the start. Like you see, Jester put in the 4th, Impale's unavailable for the foreseeable future, the Vestal in the 2nd, and the...
That Purge will be backbreaking though. That's really...
it is. It's just very unfortunate.
Even if he goes backwards with the take cover, that Abomination will still be in fault. He's going to have to take cover twice in a row.
It's going to be very difficult right now to even get the Abomination away out of this spot, right? Because whatever he does, you have a pull on the Shield Breaker that can just do whatever, you know, like, you can always just pull the MAA back to the 2nd this way. And this means like the A-bomb is very likely to just stay where it is right now. So it's just going to be that stress bonus that he has, and that's basically all.
That Shield Breaker trying to stack up Blight on the Man-at-Arms as well. I think paying attention to the fact that that Man-at-Arms high prot, he's putting out minus damage. If he gets down to the last man standing, could be very, very difficult because he can't do buffs.
I mean, I really don't mind seeing A-bomb in 4 right now, because the main role of the A-bomb in a stress composition is not to deal damage, but is just to transform twice. Exactly. And this is the grand total of like 260 stress, I think, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like this enormous amount of stress that you just inflict upon the enemy team. This is basically like the third of what you need to do in a game to kill your opponent. So that's just very, very big, right?
He does lose a considerable amount of his control though, and with the Cultist, with the Stealth and the Antiquarian, you really, really need to see control. We're already starting to see the idea of 2 Stealth, 1 Guarded break down here. Now, if that was in play, how effective that would be. Get a riposte on the Man-at-Arms, you know, incredible. No finale targets, riposte every time you hit, but maybe focus too hard on that movement at the start. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy he takes now to try and take him home the win. You
also have to notice actually that Spartan has no debuff removal on this team. So whatever bellow is stacked on him is just gonna stay there forever. Honestly, I would just wait with this A1, just heal him right now. You have time with that. You can just...
You know what? You nervous tab the Vestal. You need to nervous tab the Vestal. You started applying. Oh, maybe that's gonna do it. No, that's not enough. Not enough yet.
How much blight does he have on the Vestal though? I think it's just 2, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it's just not even remotely enough. You know, that's some pressure. Like, we have the first resolve broken character, 10-3. The rest of the team is on the way to the 100 affliction border as well, so that's very, very important for Icon. He's actually he's progressing quite fast with that. But
I think we're definitely going to see at least 3 afflicted next turn.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely.
Lights out. He might even misfire the finale. You know, we're praying right now. We're praying, man.
So I think you untransform with the A-bomb right now. You might not even want to move him, but you definitely want to untransform here.
I think I would have moved forward twice.
I would have why does he not untransform this? He has to do that. He had like a perfect opening to drop the double stress here. He didn't take a...
The weirder question is, why didn't he move his Occultist into 3rd?
I don't know.
He only moved forward once. That was a very interesting weird play.
I don't know why he didn't actually use the... I think A-bomb can only move 1 forward though.
No, it's pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's
I think it's 2. It's 1 because I played a lot of A-bomb and it was always 1.
Back 2, sorry.
Back 2, yeah. So the thing about the A-bomb right now is he doesn't... Like, he wasted a turn with the A-bomb, really. Because I think he could have just transformed and waited. Even waited. Yeah. And just use that...
Get that tempo stress out, exactly.
I see why he did this, actually. He wanted to get rid of the Jester threat. So this might be justified, indeed. What he did is indeed quite justified. So...
Yeah.
He could have... However, he could have always just used the Manacles, right? But he would have been dazed, though. I think this was the right move by Dino. I criticized him too soon. And we actually made the best move he could have made, because this prevents the finale from coming through. That's a dead Occultist, though, for sure, yeah. So it comes through, the kill is indeed secured.
A guard play that could have saved him, something like that, maybe a heal play, stress play.
Yeah, maybe. So, I mean, that's a lot of bellows, admittedly.
That in the middle is really, really unfortunate, because I don't think they've got enough stress to make them afflicted this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the Jester is going to be afflicted next turn, but that's...
What I would like to see here is the... actually, this is a question to you. Antiquarian, do you start spamming heal, or do you start spamming the DOT?
Oh,
you've got
against
all
this
that
comp?
minus damage. Yeah, you've got all the minus damage out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I would be spamming heal for sure. Like, spam heal and spam the bellows, and you probably should be able to get through this. Now this...
Does he have comeback? That's guard me, isn't it? Is that guard me or comeback? Which one is that?
That's just move back.
Move back. Yeah, I would have seen take cover there. I think.
I think he's just trying to do damage right now. Just put some threat on Spartan. Just make him afflicted. Make those afflictions matter. Okay, this doesn't kill the A-bomb. That's very fortunate. And this, oh god, that's very close to being dead actually, because she has like a lot of Harris stacks from the occultist and from the A-bomb. So that's very big for Icon right now. For Dino, right? Dino is actually doing quite well here. Okay, the stress is definitely okay. Like, those are acceptable levels of stress. Just that he has not got like that second transformation on the A-bomb, which is very unfortunate. We'll definitely try to heal this A-bomb right now, though. I guess he's afraid of the Jester threat. But I guess if he can, it's quite unlikely that he can do it right now.
It's a shame. A little bit of tech we've not talked about also, something that a lot of people take for granted, but considering she's called Shield Breaker. The guard here on the Abomination would have been completely ineffective.
Yeah,
because she
that's
can
true.
Shield Break.
There's
And
nothing you
also
can do.
that stab from the Jester bypasses guard.
Okay, that's a good stand though. Keeping the Jester in check is very important for Dino. He's just doing this. So he's been able to control the Jester at the release, but the rest of the team of Spartan has just been left unchecked. You know, obviously the Vessel has sustained a tremendous amount of damage too. So if he could actually drop an... Oh, that's very bad, actually. Yeah, if he could have actually... If he had dropped the Vapors at the very start of that turn, the Vessel was probably dead.
I think he was probably wanting to take the Abomination's turn
Yeah.
first because he is on Death's Door. He doesn't want to not to get to take that character.
Yeah, but this would have been like a kill trade then. This would have just been a kill trade.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I maybe there is...
Because like there's like 2 damage from the Antiquarian, then 2 damage comes as Blight, and this takes the Vestal to 0 HP. She gets a heart attack and she dies. Right? There's like 0 ways of preventing this for Spartan, which obviously didn't happen now. So that's trouble. That's just trouble for Dino. I feel there's just
What
a
do you
lot.
think here about... I think maybe setting up a riposte this turn, being invisible with the Antiquarian, and then just trying to bellow, just sit it out with bellows and heals.
Yeah, I think this might work, right? Just depending on whether this A-bomb dies or not, it dies.
Easy on here. Because the guard also, it increases the bleed and blight resistance of the person who's receiving it.
That's true. But you cannot guard, as we said, right? Because I think if you remove the guard, you remove all the bonuses.
If the Antiquarian is also stealthed.
Yeah, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, true. So, I mean, like whenever you guard someone, the Vessel can always just remove the guard, though. That's the biggest problem, I feel.
Man at Arms does have high stun resist, though.
Yeah.
It's a 20. And he's got to heal here, so I think he's on the back foot. He can't really stun offensively.
Oh, he does have the gauntlet then. Actually, that's for. Yeah, you're right. This could have worked because he does have the gauntlet. He has the healing idol, right? He has the idol on the Vestal. Idol of Purity, yeah.
We're not seeing any horror on this team now, which is just really, really unfortunate for Sunstorm Dino Boy, because Spartan can just heal his entire team out of Death's Door with that one Divine Comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, that harvest through. That's why you should have. Yeah, the turn set up before was a little bit odd.
By the way, have you seen a single affliction effect in this entire game?
I've seen them stress each other out, but I've seen no passes. I think.
No, yeah, that's. I think there's. That's not enough. I don't think that's just gonna be enough. I feel like that's just too little.
I mean, what are the minus damages? You might have minus 80 on the leper by now. He's got 0%. Let's see it. Oh,
so maybe if he had actually been, instead of using those stabs, maybe if he had just been spamming the heals at the start, maybe he could have just kind of punched through what Spartan has. Because Antiquarian MAA, as we already said, right, is a very powerful, potent combo. Just because you have that possibility to stack the debuff damage and also just, accumulate those huge values of regeneration, which Dino unfortunately didn't do.
So the early nervous stab that put the Vestal down into a low health range was basically never capitalized on, really.
Yeah, that's true.
And that in itself is Not quite a past turn, because it did apply some stress, but
Yeah.
a much less effective turn that could have been. It was considerably worse turn economy, considering that isn't the strategy you're going for, that damage strategy.
Yeah.
We're not going to see a win here, surely
No,
not.
I don't think so. No, it's just. I think too little, too late for him. Really. I mean, this vessel might just die to some random affliction. Like if someone is gonna spread that stress across the board, maybe then. Oh, okay, there's a puncture too. So yeah, I mean the vessel is dead, right? The vessel is just dead. This might get very tough for Sparta all of a sudden. Look at this. We have a heart attack, a dead vessel.
That can make Dino Boy win this reasonably easily here.
Like,
Just with one self-hit, one shouting at each other, and one of them's going to die here.
oh my god.
199, you really don't like seeing that. Really don't like that.
I mean, no, the Jester is dead then. The Jester is dead. Because he picks the Jester just to takes damage over time. It's going to stress him and he's just gonna die.
Ah.
It's very good,
That
actually.
that's going to stress out the shield breaker into the range for Bellow to take her out as well.
Yeah.
I think our guy might have. We have that
That's 0
celebrity
damage
from
as
that
well.
one.
And the Jester is dead. The Jester is just
Going
dead.
to
Look
be
at
a Very
this.
interesting game.
That was
Come on, let's see that Bellow. Let's see that York.
You can do it, Dino Boy. Look at those
Oh!
defense. He gets it. He
Yo!
does it.
Look at that!
Our boy
Like
did
dominoes,
it.
they fall.
And it's Dino. He wins. Dino wins the game. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Oh my
Insane.
That is
god.
mental. I knew
Absolutely
come on,
brilliant.
man, going
Well
to
played,
game
Dino.
three of the
Holy
series.
shit, my man.
He's pulled it back.
1 versus 4.
GG easy.
Oh my
Bellow
god.
is still a very
Yeah.
inherent talent skill.
Oh my god, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's the essence of stress comps, guys. And this takes us to the final game.
Game 3 of this very, very.
And
GG, dude.
indeed. So
I hate
God.
Bellow.
That was so stressful for me.
so Dino can take either the Mark team or the World of Tanks. I think, right? Yes. So Dino can take 1 and 4. 1 and 4 teams. Wait, no, 1 and 3, right? So, and Spartan can take teams,
3 and 4.
3 and 4, yeah, indeed. Because he actually won with Team 2. So, teams 3 and 4. And this is very interesting because the guys know what, it's quite likely they can predict what their opponent is going to use for the final matchup. And that's just going to be absolutely insane for the next one.
Very, very big brain game we're going to see here.
Indeed.
We both have almost full knowledge to both players.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, apart from RNG, it's almost a solved game, if we put it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready, dude.
So I actually like this format because it allows you to predict a lot, right? Guys, a quick reminder, if you're new to the stream, remember to follow and subscribe. Those options are available for free. You support me if you're enjoying yourselves. This also means that you can come back here, you get notified, and you can enjoy more of those awesome viewer battles and also of my own games. So this being said, I think we're about ready, guys.
I'm ready. Right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay, so I think we're going into the final game of the series. The game 2 was absolutely insane. It was a magnificent match between the two guys here. So I'm just looking forward to the final game of the series right here. So let's see what the compositions are. Let's see what those guys are going to do with them as well. I'm very pumped for this final game of the series because this was so even so far. So I'm so surprised to see the PD, and also the PD does get to act right here. Fairs, but Sis, what do you make of this?
Well, I think this is a reasonably strong team in order to minimize the Plague Doctor's weakness of being pulled forward. But you do have that Bounty Hunter, that's really going to cause problems for him. What we might need to see here is a lunge push forward with the Highwayman play. They might be locked into those going forwards all the time.
Tell you what though, I think the PD doesn't care about pulls in this situation. Because she's just here to buff the Highwayman. That's the only purpose. And the Highwayman is just going to, I think, he's just going to spam the Vendetta here on somebody. Okay, it comes through as well, so you have a
You can
debuff
do the
on the...
Vendetta instead of the riposte first, though.
I would always go for the riposte first, because you can just get a... Since, you know, Spartan has no stuns, you can just go for the riposte first, and then just capitalize on that, right? So we have a cow drop here.
Exactly, that would have been another little hit like that. I think slight issue with the turn order here from Dino Boy.
Yeah. This game is so hard to read as well, I think. Like, I just had no idea I was gonna...
Bolster here purely for the dodge. Would you use that? Because this isn't a stress comp he's against.
No. I'm very surprised to see, but we shall see how it goes. I'm very, very... I have no idea. I've never seen a comp... Like, neither of those comps, actually. They're both very substandard, you could say, right? So, it's just Wild West right here for us, guys. It's just freaking Wild West. And remember, Spartan was forced into playing this composition because I think he assumed he was going to win the first 2 games and just, you know, have it the easy way. And right now it's not going to happen because he has to play this least optimized composition of his, I think, or like one of the least optimized compositions, into what seems to be, I think, quite a well thought out composition by Dino, because Dino wasn't...
What are we going to see? We are seeing the vapors. Look at that. Sniff, sniff. Come on.
Yeah, Dino knows what he's doing, I think.
80% damage. 80% damage.
Yeah.
That riposte is going to be critting for 40. That can easily be a full health.
It's crazy. So much. Like, can you imagine the MAA taking the command along with this? That's absolutely nuts. But you have to imagine, like, I actually don't like what... why doesn't he riposte it? Why doesn't he still have the riposte here on the...
I forgot the riposte.
I would have forgot the riposte. Should we restart this? Should we restart this then?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm willing to redo this if you want to add the riposte back on.
Okay, then. I'm surrendering.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Let's redo this, because... I'm just very curious. You guys don't make any changes, though. Just stay with what you had, right? So stay with what you had there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the riposte on mana times.
Yeah, it's a fun. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun match anyway. Yeah, true.
I want you. So let's say 5 is Dino Boy and Spartan have an equal chance of winning. 1 is Dino Boy's got this, and 10 is Spartan's got this. What number do you think they are, based just on these comps?
Everyone in chat type 13.
Okay, that's a complex question, sis. Let's just can we make it simpler?
Well, it's very simple. So the closer to 10, the more you think Spartan's going to win. The closer to 0, the more you think Dino's going to win.
I think I would say like 3. I would say 3.
3? Wow. I'm putting it at about a 6 or a 7 because of that bounty hunter, though.
Huh. Let's see, though. Let's see.
Let's see. RNG may be the one that makes me win.
We've got 13s in the chat. 13s out for your boy.
8.
Start off with that riposte.
Oh. Look, now it's a 3.
We see the defender right off the bat.
Yeah, so he's just trying to... he's just trying to buy himself some time to buff this.
Yeah.
It's quite smart, actually. I like it, because he needs to get a lot of skills off before he does something. So, I suppose that's not a bad idea to just, you know, buy yourself some time, at least a little bit of time for this Highway to actually spike up. I think this is quite reasonable, actually.
When you are guarding the Highwayman like that, you maybe would have wanted to see, is it called command on the mana arms rather, that increases both that 20 accuracy, 4 crit, and 25 damage while guarded. That might be an interesting play, considering he's kind of going all in on this Highwayman, especially with the emboldening vapors. If you are going to kind of go for a gimmick, really take it home.
So always just go for I really don't like this move. I really don't like. I disagree with this on all possible levels.
He's guarded, so the only thing that he doesn't even have flash, like what's going to hit him now?
Antiquarian's vapors anyway, so you at least deal with the vapors. I would just drop the riposte anyway, just for the sake of it, I guess.
I agree with you. Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to get his mana arms pushed out first. Maybe there's some complex back and forth he's got set up with the Grave Robbers movement, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so he gets the darts on the GR of Spartan. I think honestly this is a lot of damage that he has sustained on this GR already, so that's not the best spot in the world for him.
And the minus 20 dodge, I believe, on her.
So look, this opens up for the Vapors again, because he could have just prevented this, he could have just used the Vendetta later. I don't see a reason to actually be delaying the Vendetta at all. I don't see a reason to be delaying the launch.
He doesn't have the battlefield medicine. That's
that's
really
unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have seen this coming, honestly, based on the picks, right? Would have definitely helped a bit.
Exactly.
I think the GR is okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that was almost a good turn for him. I would be happy to take that.
There are no caltrops. It's just the vapors. It's impossible to heal this right now, so she might just die next turn before she gets to act. That's the problem.
He can't heal, can he? Toxin trickery doesn't work, and it doesn't heal. This is why you need the battlefield medicine, right?
Okay. It's so late with the riposte as well. I think you should have just started with the riposte and then buffed turn 2. Because they just... Oh, no.
What's he gonna do here?
Why? Why don't you just...
For the prot.
But, like, you're losing to damage over time right now. You're not losing to straight up damage. I think you're just shafting yourself doing this. Seriously. Yeah. Oh, that's a dead... No, that's not a dead... Dead you. Alright. It's so late. No! Why are you not, like... I don't like it.
It's just so confusing.
I thought this was gonna be like a launch, because he can actually threaten this Antiquarian so much, just disable her entirely. And he just doesn't use the launch at all. That's a lucky GR as well. You have to...
You want to take the Grave Robber as well, because she's just going to die now. You've got that Festering Vapor, she's got 45%. You want to throw out Panny Does, I think, here, right? Yeah. So that's going to be the most damage over time, and that's the only way you go.
Dino doesn't have any finishers available either.
Also, I think Dino Boy, you might want to start seeing a change in strategy. You've got that Bellow on the Man-at-Arms. Fuck it, bro. Just go stress. You know, you've got the Plague Doctor. Just try and go stress.
Oh, it's had to happen. Like this is the third death blow on that GR. So like she was eventually bound to die. I think he just plays too slow. Like guarding repeatedly is just useless.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think this is also the first game where we've not seen Bounty Hunter pull Plague Doctor. I was thinking you'd want to guard the Plague Doctor, but he's not been pulling her anyway.
That's very weird. Like I would expect, first of all, like I feel like I would just expect the Repose to be there from turn 1, just seeing the Antiquarian, because it just does so much damage. I feel like you Repose turn 1, and then you try to respawn, because like they cannot target your character if they are reposted, right? Especially like when the Highwayman is buffed heavily, because they just kill themselves this way.
That's just asking to be put on death's door.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a lot of options, so I think you do play Grenade, though. You really want to start trying to leverage your Bellow with your DOTs. Just try and start... You know, that's 27 damage on both over 3 turns if they both hit. If you get to turn 6, that's a death door.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of just using the PD the way Dino is using this. Like, he has not adjusted to this game at all. I think, like, based on the game, like, based on what we have here, he should have just been spamming the damage over time on the backline all the time.
Exactly. Because his Plague Doctor was so unmolested as well. Just entirely free to do whatever she wanted.
Yeah, like, she was just left to do whatever she wanted to. And honestly, she could have just done so much. There's a crit coming through right now, though. That's gonna hurt.
That's going to be backbreaking, because she can't even Battlefield Medicine.
So I feel like this was just a lot of mistakes by Dino. First of all, not reposting from the get-go, like even though he took the repose on the MAA, and then just playing this, like trying to buff this Highwayman who doesn't have the repose on at all for 3 turns of the fight.
That resist on the Antiquarian is just so awful for Dino, because that really is just taking away his chances of actually coming back in the game. Yeah,
this Antiquarian was supposed to be dead, honestly. Like, she was just supposed to be dead from the get-go.
When you're guarded and reposted, it's not going to hit you with the riposte.
No, I don't know why he hasn't reposted with the MAA either. That's very baffling for me. Like, the fact that he could have done this is... And he decided against it is just so mind-boggling for me.
This buffoon is flummoxed.
Yeah. I feel like he had a real shot in this game based on his composition. He just isn't playing this the right way. Because can you imagine 3 stacks of the Blight on the back row of Spartan, also repose, so the Antiquarian has 0 HP right now. Like, she's probably most likely just dead if he were, you know, to play this aggressive playstyle of Vapors, which he is doing because he has the finisher and the Pestis.
40. I mean, there should have been so many more of those.
That's too
late.
There should
have been 4 of those hits.
That's just too little, too late.
I mean, really. Dino could have just done a complete 180, pivoted before, realised that he had a high protection Man-at-Arms, and he's got this Plague Doctor that can really, over the turns, do so much damage. try and just get those minus damages out. Try and get a couple to afflicted, and just shit out DOT damage.
I mean, he can still get double kill right now. This is not over by any means. No. Okay, never mind. It looks over to me.
And Brave Rubber has been taking a lot, but also Plague Grenade doesn't always proc Death's Door, doesn't always hit one.
Yeah. No, this proc Death's Door both times here. Oh, that's a Death Blow in return though, so
that is
maybe...
why you want to get that riposte every single turn.
Yeah. I mean, it is Dino's turn, so you can just pistol, like, you can just point blank, kill this, probably, yeah. Look at this, crazy game, absolutely insane though. I feel Spartan has an advantage if he's able to kill this MAA right now.
This whole game relies on that one kill. Let's see this axiomatic play. Go for it, big boy. Take him out. Pick it, lunge that big
That's a death blow chance as well. Oh, lucky. I think it's kind of lucky.
If he come on, riposte it. Get that riposte off killer, and you've got this.
Oh no.
30% death blow left. That is really, really unfortunate.
Yeah. Whoa, this MAA is just unkillable. Look, this riposte pays dividends anyway. I think you just want to activate the MAA right now, just get the stuff off. Oh wait, you could here. Oh, never mind. Here, just wicked slice that.
Red killer.
Oh, he gets the kill. Perfect. Okay, that's magnificent right now for him. Because does he have wicked slice? Does Spartan have the wicked? Oh, he has the point blank. So it's a dead MAA.
I think Spartan might have it here.
Oh, honestly, if Dino cannot repose. Oh shit!
Yeah, he takes this.
That's gonna be massive damage. Look at this though.
That's so yikes.
Oh, so his devs.
Oh, look at that 2 health. He might take this here. He might take this here still. Because he's not in a position to point blank shot him, so he can't get the death blow.
And he has Wicked Slice, so Wicked Slice has like 20% more death blow chance. So realistically, it's a good position for Dino, but if he goes for that slash, but if he goes for the Wicked Slice, he risks getting reposted himself.
Now, that advance was a
that's PBS, that's point blank shot, like that's a kill, that's a kill.
Point blank shot range. Come on, let's see it, Dino.
Whoa, Dino takes it, Dino God. Dino God, guys, spam Dino God on the chat. GG boys.
I played
God.
much like an idiot in the first half, and then the Highwayman's damage carried the game. GG.
That man at arms, man.
Dino
that
God.
man at arms, and your and your Brave Robber lived so much.
Yeah, actually, like, he had 2 characters that just refused to die. Dino did, right? Like, that was the biggest issue. And this super buffed Highwayman just was wrecking your face in the meantime. That was